8B.
Okay.
008B.
Here you go. Do your test. It's on.
Get on, see if you can hear me. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yep. That one? That one? Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, can you see that one pretty good? See if I had if I could get into just a half a zoom here. All right, welcome everybody. It's Wednesday night at Butler Field, Midland, Texas, off Bluebird. This is the second game of the week between the Marlins and the White Sox. First game of the week was on Monday, and the Marlins came out strong and continued strong throughout and ended victorious. But tonight it could be a whole different story. That's the beauty of this sport. That's the beauty of these younger men playing. They're trying to master their craft. They're learning at it, and you never know. And it's such a mind game or a mental game that you just don't know who's going to show up. And I think that's with any sport, any age, but more so with these younger children, younger kids, as they were trying to figure it out. So this could be flipped on its head tonight, and the White Sox just tear up the Marlins. And that's what's fun about baseball. That's what's fun about never assuming the winner or the loser, and just coming out and supporting the teams. I know there's so much support in Midland for baseball, and we love it. Endeca Crude Express is the one bringing you this telecast, custom crude oil haulers for Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, and we appreciate them. We'll talk a little more about them. Taking the field tonight first will be the White Sox, and their lineup will be Colby Weaver at first, Blake at second, Connor at shortstop, Campbell at third, Carter right field, Adriel center field, Josiah left field. On the bump starting tonight for White Sox is Nolan. Nolan's going to be throwing to Hoyt. Hoyt will be catching. I've seen Hoyt pitch. He pitched earlier on Monday. I suspect we see him again tonight. He's a good little pitcher. I've not got to see Nolan pitch yet, to my knowledge. And he looks to have a very strong arm. So I think the Marlins have their work cut out for them tonight. They better have brought their A game because they're going to need it. White Sox are a well-coached team. We saw that on Monday. There's a couple of players on here that we knew from previous teams that are just good, solid, hard-working players that I know. The others I don't know too well. I'm sure they fit that mold as well. Because this is a broadcast that we do for the Marlins, we know our team obviously better than we travel with the Marlins than other teams. So I try to do my best to give you a good, even kill commentary of what's going on. and try to do my best to paint as good a picture in a non-biased way as I can do it. Sometimes I get excited because my kid does play on this team and Marlins, and I get a little excited, but I try to keep it right down the middle if at all possible. So coming up for Marlins, they'll be up first, and in order, it'll be Harry Brumley, Jesse Venegas, Blake Meek, and John Williamson in that order. The time will be 1 hour and 45 minutes. That's the time of the game, at the end of 1 hour and 45 minutes. And once the home team is through their batting at 1 hour and 45, the game is over. And whatever that score is, that's what the score is. So once game is called in play, that'll be 1 hour 45 minutes from that point. Right now it's 6:08, so it's going to be pretty close to 7:50 when the game is over. Is my thought about this. We broke a camera last night, so we only have 2 views. We were we were telecasting another game, and they hit one back to me and broke my high-dollar camera. We've ordered another one, so you've got these 2 views tonight. One from here, just from behind the plate and where we're sitting, and my co-commentator will be here shortly. He's running late a little bit, got caught in traffic. You have this view right here that we'll switch to. I'm having to do both, so it's hard to chew gum and walk for a man, and especially a 65-year-old man. So I'm going to do my best to try to do both tonight. Harry Brumley's about to step in and get this game started. It's 6:09 p.m., so I suspect the game will be over at about 7:40, 7:50, somewhere in there maybe. 7:55 maybe. First pitch, that's in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. That's inside to Harry. That's going to be 2 balls and a strike. I'm going to warn everybody, this is, we can have technical difficulties that can glitch. Don't hang up. Don't turn your TV off. Give us time to get back to you. That is way inside, backs Brumley off 3-0. So, yeah, and sometimes it can take 2 or 3 minutes to get reestablished. Don't go away. If you know it hadn't been 1 hour and 45 minutes, if it's not before 7:50, we're coming back on the air. That's inside. Now to walk, Harry. Pitcher's trying to get warmed up here. He'll get there. Jesse Venegas. Jesse, what we call his daddy, Jesse the Body Venegas, after Jesse the Body Ventura. Head coach Jesse Venegas over on third base. This is his son, Jesse Jr. First pitch, Jesse sees one outside, and Harry over on first is trying to get just a little bit of a lead. Ball 1. Here's a pitch. That's down the middle. That gets Jesse swinging. 1-1's the count. Again, sometimes you'll see the pitcher skip, the voice skip. Just hang in there with us. This game's going to go till 7:55 probably. There's a swing and a hit. Now I'm getting a little jumpy because I can't afford to lose another camera. That ball gets back here and hits this camera. We're going to be down to 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the first, no outs. That hits Jesse pretty hard. He's coming down, and the coach is going to take a look at him. Got him in the arm. So that is going to put runner on first and second. Jesse's going to get over there and see if he can shake that off a little bit. Steps into the box is Blake Meek. Blake Meek, first rattle out of the box on Monday, hit a 2-run homer dead center over the 200-foot mark. That ball is passed. Here comes the runners. They are advancing to second and third. So that wild ball advances the runners, both in scoring position. Again, Blake Meek hit a 2-run smash the other night, 200+ over center. That's down in the dirt. Runners act like they want to go, but they're coming back. Blake Meek came up the second time and hit a double. There's a tapper back to the mound. Blake is over to first. The third baseman was heads up. It wasn't a force, although the pitcher threw back to the catcher what he thought was a force coming home. That allowed Blake Meek to get to first. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out. John Williamson comes on to see what he can do. Get up there close. Get up there close. Watch it with your head. You didn't watch it with your head. You're doing good though, bub. Push down on that right knee. Watch it. Push down on that knee, bub. Weight back. Stay back. Watch it with your head. Gotta watch it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out. Ooh, that's an inside pitch, but called for a strike and an out. That'll bring up Nolan Hardy. Nolan Hardy will come in with the bases loaded. See if he can get something started here. He swings and misses. These bases are loaded. They can just get something going here. It's in there for a strike. Swinging. Harry Brumley comes in on a steal. That caught me off guard. I didn't switch cameras. Don't know what happened, but he came in for the first score of the game. It was a steal. That's inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gets him reaching. Luke Morby comes in. He's got a runner on first and second. That's low for a ball. One ball, no strikes. There's a hit down right side. Foul. Morby steps back in. Again, Nolan on the mound and Hoyt catching. That's outside. Runners on the move from second to third. There won't be a throw. Runners in there standing up. So they got a runner on first and third. Nobody on second. It's in the dirt. Runner's coming home on a wild throw, and he'll be safe as Blake Meek goes on over to second on that wild throw back behind home plate. Score 2-0. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2-0. That is inside. That's another wild pitch there. That advances the runner from second to third, Blake Meek. It wasn't really a wild pitch. Actually, the catcher got it off the tip of his glove. Probably the a little bit tough to get to. Coach going out to have a mound visit with Nolan. See if he can calm it down just a little bit. Everybody's got the jitters. All right, steps back in. So Jackson Maringer. Blake Meek 60 foot away. That's down in the dirt for 1 ball, no strikes. Runner over there on third. You can see him over there. Comes a pitch. That's inside and hits Ehringer right in the, actually, I don't know how it got done, but in the back of the left leg there, where you can see where he's rubbing. It hit him in the meat of the leg, but that's still going to hurt nonetheless. I think that's the third hitter this pitcher has hit, maybe the fourth. So it's taking its toll. Leighton Milam is going to come up now to step in and see if he can get a hit. So now you got bases loaded again. Bases loaded again for the Marlins. Milan steps in. There's a pitch outside. Runners stay put. Get a little bit of a lead, acting like they want to, but they're going to go back to the bases right there. Oh, that hits. There's another hit batter. That's going to be Leighton Milan getting hit there in the back. That'll be either the fourth or the fifth hit. That's going to bring a run in. Blake Meek will come in for the third run. Coach is going to go back out and take a look at or have a talk with the pitcher. Bases are going to stay juiced. There is 2 outs. It's 3-0, top of the first. Sterling Smith will come in when play resumes. Head coach for the Marlins is Jesse Venegas. The assistant coach, David Meeks. Also assistant coach, Stephen Brumley for the Marlins. Plays resumed. Smith's in. Here's the pitch. That's inside. Here comes a runner on a wild throw. And he will score. The runner from first and second went to second and third respectively. Second and third, nobody on first. There's the throw. That's down low for 2 balls. No strikes, 2 outs. There's one inside again, high to Smith. 3 balls and a strike. That's outside. Oh, he calls that a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that is ball 4 for a walk. That'll load the bases again for J.D. Niederhofer, affectionately known as J.D. Vance, Vice President Vance. We have nicknames for all of our players. J.D. Vance, he just flew in with all his Secret Service to play a game. Bases are loaded. Pitcher's getting ready. And he's dealing. He comes in and he hits Niederhofer. Again, another hit pitcher. That'll bring in another run as the bases were loaded. That'll put Niederhofer on first, but we have a 5-run rule per inning in this league. So that will be the 5th run of the painful top of the first. The defense is going to get set for the Marlins. On first base will be Harry Brumley. On second base will be Luke Morby. Third base, Leighton Milam. Shortstop, Jesse, the little body, Venegas. Left field, Sterling Smith. Center field, J.D. Niederhofer. Right field, Jackson Merringer. Taking the mound tonight will be starting pitcher, John Williamson. John will be throwing to Nolan Hardy. We hope so.
They 5-run rule.
They did. They did.
He's pretty accurate.
If he's on, he played a lot of games this weekend, which worries me.
This is second inning here.
The top of the first. He goes for an hour and 45. So 7:55 to drop.
No matter what the score is.
That's right. All right. Williamson's warming up. Coming up. Coming up for White Sox will be Kobe Weaver first. I don't have a lineup for the White Sox, so I'll call it as I see him up here, and I know him. I do know Kobe Weaver. Kobe and John are good friends. Grown up in church together, live in the same neighborhood, played on the same team for a lot of their lives. Kobe's dad was John's very first coach in T-ball. Thank you, Dr. Weaver. First pitch, it's high. For a ball. It's in there for a strike. Foul over to the third base side. They're down to third base. Third base is up with it and over to first, and he overthrows first. Wild throw by third over to first. First could not get to it anyway, so that gets Weaver on air. Hoyt comes in. No, I think it's Hoyt that's coming in. That's right down Broadway. Second baseman has it. He's over to second. Throws to second. Second baseman drops it. Another error. Back to second. Second decides to try to barehand it. Now center field tries to run around out there and get it. And they're on the run now. It's just too big a mess to even talk about. You can't even take it. Yeah, just so many errors all in a row. You just can't figure it out. Run scores. There's a runner on second and third. Good God. Campbell's coming up. Runners on second and third. Nobody on first. Williamson throwing good. There's a hit down the right side, out of play. Sterling Smith in left field for a catch. Good catch by Sterling. One out, 5-1. That's in there for a strike. Adriel is up to bat. Runner's over on, the runner on second. There's another good pitch, swing and a miss. Strike number 2. Just like that. The ball's 2 strikes, 1 out. 5-2, bottom of the first. Runners on second for White Sox. Ball 2 strikes, 1 out. He deals, and that's outside. Catcher does a good job getting that in. Two and two's the count. Ooh, that was a strike earlier. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, 3-2. There's a hit down to second base. Takes a bad bounce. Right field has it. He's up with it. He's throwing it, I don't know where, back into home dugout. And now catcher's trying to chase it. Runner hits it was a single and then turned into a double on an error or 2. Swing and a miss. Stay right there. Stay right there. One more. It's in there. Struck him out. It's out number 2, 5-3. White Sox have come back to score 3 on errors. The swing and a miss, foul tip. Runner on second. There's a hit back to pitcher. Pitcher is over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. Great pitch, great fielding by Williamson to come up with it and throw it over to first base for the 3rd out. But not before 3 runs were scored in a melee, a West Texas melee. Coach Venegas, Coach Meek, Coach Brumley are over there, got the boys gathered up talking to them about what we need to do. They're getting these boys coached up and ready to go. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're back at the top of the order. Harry Brumley will step in. We'll have some trivia going here in just a few minutes. My co-announcers trying to get in. He's had some traffic, so I don't know what time he'll be in or if he'll make it in. But if he doesn't, I'll do some trivia for everybody to have a chance to win dinner. First dinner will be dinner for two to Fuddruckers for combo meals, if you can answer it. (512) 512 5151. Calling for balls in. That tells me we're about to be underway. Again, I don't have a lineup for the White Sox, or I would be telling you who's in the field. I know Eshan's in the left field because I know him, and I know Kobe Weaver is on first. Play back in as a hit by Brumley. Sharp hit down the right side. Did it change? I got it. Yeah, thank you. All right. I think he changed. I might have a lineup. There's a swing and a hit down the right side again, out of play. So the pitcher's ahead of him now, 0-2. According to what I'm seeing on Game Changer, it's still Nolan on the mound and Hoyt behind, catching Colby first, Blake second, Connor shortstop, Campbell third, Josiah. There's a hit down right side again, out of play. Josiah in left field's what they say, but it looks like Eshan to me. Adriel in center and Carter in right field. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Top of the second. That's low and in the dirt for a ball. That's low in the dirt again for a ball. Ball 2. It's a really nice night. We're on the same field we've been on all year, field 4. It faces southwest, southwest. Sun setting over about 4 o'clock. That's outside for ball 4. I think that was ball 4. No, that's ball 3, I'm sorry. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So he got ahead 2 strikes, the pitcher did, 0-2, and Harry's brought it back to a 3-2 count. See who wins this battle right here. There's a pitch. Harry, there, it's up the middle. Shortstop has it. He can't get up to it, and Harry is safe over on first base. Good hit, Harry Brumley. Get them started. Wind's blowing out of the east, northeast, probably 5 miles an hour, gust to about 10. So that has that wind blowing kind of out towards the scoreboard. That's outside. Jesse Venegas is up. 1 runner on first, nobody on second and third. That's Harry Brumley. There's a hit. That's down to third base. Third base is over for the first out. Gets Brumley, but doesn't have enough time to get it over to first for a double. So Venegas will be on first safely. Brumley will be thrown out at second for the first out, with Blake Meek on in the box. That's going to be in there for high. Blake hit the 2-run homer on Monday night. Came back in and hit a double the next time up. It's inside, runner on the move. There's a throw, but not in time. Venegas is on second in a steal. Meek comes back again, hits a single on Monday. There's a swing and a miss. He wants it bad. That'll even the count 2-2, and he comes up the next time and only lacked a triple for hitting for the cycle for a hat trick. But he did come back and hit a single, didn't get the triple. That's down low. 3 balls and a strike. This team knows what they did to him, so they're throwing carefully to him, as they should. It's a swing and a miss. That brings the count full. Pitcher's done a good job at battling back. There's a hit. That's to out. It's high and fly out to center field. Center field's under it. He misses it. It drops. Blake is on his way to second. Outfielder's going to try to get it all the way into home, but not in time as the runner scores from second on into third. Blake hits a double to start this inning with. John Williamson steps in. Blake Meek on second. That's runner on second. Blue block, blue block. Get your hands to it. Balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. There's a hit back to the pitcher. Pitcher has it over to first for the out. First comes up throwing to third to try to get Blake Meek coming in, but Blake is safe. So Williamson's out, but he advances the runner. Nolan Hardy's up. He's currently the catcher. That's in the dirt. He hits it. It goes over to third. Third's trying to go to first with it, and he has a nice throw from third to first to Weaver for out number 3. That was a good play from third to first. Really good. At the end of 2, the score is 6-3 in favor of the Marlins. A much different game, as I said, could happen tonight than was Monday night. All right. Dinner for 2. Fuddruckers. 512-512-512, caller number 1. Name the first professional baseball team. Name the first professional baseball team. For dinner for 2. Dinner for 2. I miss Brian Jordan doing these. They're so much better when he calls these trivias out. He has a lot to add, a lot of color to add around the question itself. But we do appreciate him providing the trivia. He has provided the trivia. Just throw. Pretty close. Yeah, but they're pretty close in there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Hey, John, give that a try. Yeah, that works nice. One ball, one strike. Carter. Carter's up. There's a hit right in between first and second. That's to right field. Right field's up with it. Throws it to second. That's going to be a nice single by Carter over on first base. He hit that one well. It was well placed, hard to defend. Sterling has moved over to right field, and that was him. He got it up and over. And it's a ball. On first. Throw it. There's a swing and a hit out to left field. Third baseman got his glove on it, but it came out of his glove. Now they're trying to get it picked up. Brumley comes over to third to cover third. He's walking the runner that went to second back to second. No outs. 6-3, Marlins. Runner on first, runner on second. Wind up, here he comes. That's in there for a strike, gets him swinging. Just like that. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Right back to the pitcher. Wow, that was a line smoking drive that Williamson, if he wouldn't have caught that, it would have broke a rib. That was a good catch. Wow, he didn't back out of that for a minute. Runners on first and second. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's a swing down to first base. First base has it. He's going to try to beat Weaver out and does for an unassisted out by Blake Meek over to first to get Weaver out. Runners advance, but they did get the out. So there's 2 outs. There's a hit. It's up to third. Third's got it. Third's going to third to step on. He tagged him. He tagged him. Put him on the base and tagged him. So there's conference at the mound here. It looked like third baseman got it and then tagged him is what it looks like. They're conferring. And it is an out. That is out number 3. So, at the end of 3, the score is 6-3. Is that the bottom of the third base? Why do they put anything up on 3 before then? Okay, so that was the bottom of the second. I don't think they had 4 runs, did they? They have 3 runs. That needs to be corrected. Did the run count? The run did count. That's right. Yeah, that was a tag. So the run counted. All right, so third base tags the runner coming from second in, but there was a runner on third, which got to home first before the tag was applied. So that counts as a run. So it's 6-4 in favor of the Marlins. All right, so we didn't have a winner. So the answer was wrong. The Red Sox was what called in. The answer was called in. It's the Cincinnati Red Stockings. Cincinnati Red Stockings, first professional baseball team. So good. All right, top of the third, 6-4 the Marlins. Nolan on the mound, continues to be on the mound. Wanted to clarify that, and that is Nolan still on the mound. Luke Morby is back up, and play resumes, and that one's in the dirt. Pitch inside. 2 balls and a strike, no outs. Top of the third. That's in there, gets Morby swinging, and that will bring the count even. 2-2. That was a pitch inside for third strikeout, first out of the inning. Center field's partially shaded. Right field down the right foul line's partially shaded. Jackson Maringer steps in for the Marlins, sees a ball. That one's a little high and inside for ball 2. Full sun on the infield, encroaching in on first base a little bit. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 6-4, Marlins, top of the third. It's a swing and a miss. Foul tip, actually, by Maringer. Counts even, 2-2. There's a swing and a hit, but it's foul down the right side. That got Coach Brumley over on first base jumping and hopping. Almost choked on his sunflower seeds. He is a sunflower seed eating dude, boy. 2-2's the count, 1 out. Nobody on. Maringer in. As outside, gets him swinging for out number 2. Leighton Milam will step in. Hands in the dirt. First pitch to Maringer, or to Milam. South. That was inside for ball 2. Gets away from the catcher. Nobody hurt on that. It's nobody on base. Again, you can see the glitches we have from time to time. That one, it's a swing and a miss. Two on the count, 2 outs. Hands high over the head of Milam. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wind is shifting, trying to turn back out of the south. That was a nice pitch for a strike. Brings the count full. Ball's hit towards the left side of the field. It'll be held up a little bit with the wind. If it's towards right field, it'll carry. There's a throw. Gets Milam swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. Top of the 3rd. This is a good game, just as I almost predicted at first. I believe these teams are very evenly matched. All right, here we go for another trivia. This is dinner for 4 at Wall Street Bar and Grill. Caller number 5, 512-512-5151. Name the MLB team that has a moose as the mascot. Name the MLB team that has a moose as a mascot. Caller number 5, 512-512-5151. My co-announcer's still not here. I have a feeling that he got kidnapped. I think up first will be Hoyt, if I'm not mistaken. Lineup in the field, still Blake Meek on first. It's Luke Morby on second. Harry Brumley at short. Leighton Milam at third. J.D. Niederhofer in left field. Jackson Maringer, center field. Stephen Smith in right field. Williamson is still on the mound. He's throwing to Nolan Hardy. Hoyt Majors steps in. Son and grandson of the Majors that have Majors Jewelers here in Midland, Texas. Both of them are here tonight. That's high for ball. I had the pleasure to speaking to Mr. Majors, Hoyt's granddad. He's done announcing in his day. Thank you so much. I got a compliment from him. I appreciate that. Hoyt steps out. I don't know what exactly is going on. I don't know. It was a blue timeout there. Pitcher steps back in. Here's the first one, swinging and a miss by Hoyt Majors. There for a strike. Hoyt's a good-sized young man. He hit it. He hit it just, oh, man. He had a line drive over the pitcher's head. Second baseman comes over and snags it out of the air. I'm going to tell you, that one would have been deep out in the outfield. It would have gone to the wall had that not been. Hoyt hits that with some, a lot of strength and a lot of authority there. First pitch is in there high. That's a great hit. He smashed that ball. That's in there. It's back to second baseman. Second baseman's up with it. Over to first. For out number 2. I hope y'all could see that play. Both of those plays, I didn't move that lens. I didn't move the switch the camera, so hopefully you saw those first 2 outs. They were really nice. This is a big boy in here. It's out there for a ball. This is Adriel. There's a hit. Back to second again. It gets by second. That's tough, and it gets past center field. Now they're trying to decide between the fielders who needs to come in with it. And now he's coming to third with it. That's a triple. That's a triple by Adriel. On center field. He had to get by him. It was a double and turned into a triple on an error. Ishan Patel steps in. Woo-wee. That was inside for a strike. I mean, a ball. Sorry, it looked like a strike. Two balls, no strikes. Throw it hard. Stretch out. Lean into it. That's in there for a strike. Exactly where the first one was. 2 balls and a strike. That's out of play behind us in the field behind us. That'll even the count 2-2. Runner on third. He gets there via a double, and then an error by center field puts him over on third. Comes a pitch. That's hit back to shortstop. Shortstop's up with it. Over to first. For the third out of the inning. What a great play by Brumley. That ball hit sharply to Brumley. Brumley up with it and over to first for the third out. At the end of 3, the score is 6-4 in favor of us, and it's been that way for a couple of innings. Or going into it's an inning, full inning, going into another inning here. 6-4 in favor of the Marlins. This could go either way. We almost had a winner. But just a little bit short on that last one. Name the MLB team that has a moose as the mascot. That'd be the Seattle Mariners. The Mariner Moose. The Mariner Moose. There you go. And play resumes in the top of the 4th. It'll be Sterling Smith stepping in. He's the one that made that incredible catch out in left field deep to shut down the inning. Good job, Sterling. Called for balls in, so we're about to resume play. This is a good game. First pitch is outside, gets past the catcher for ball 1. There's a pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, no outs. That is in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, no out. Top of the 4th, 6-4 Mariners. Mariners up. That is a little bit inside for a ball. Ball 3. That's in there for a strike. That makes the count go full. 3-2, no outs. Oh, that's inside. Almost hits him. That'll draw a walk for Smith. He'll be on first base. Time is called. Coach for the White Sox wants a mound visit. And he's going to make a change here. What a good job this pitcher has done. Nolan, you did a great job, brother. You've got him into the top of the 4th. Game well within reach, 6-4, favor of the Marlins. Nolan had to step in tonight knowing that there's been a couple of really strong hitters he saw Monday night, specifically Blake Meek, who will shake anybody's teeth. He did a great job. Taking Nolan's spot will be Hoyt Majors. Midland boy. As I previously mentioned, son and grandson of the Majors at Majors Jewelers. Had the pleasure of both dad and granddad to the left of me tonight. They're going to see a good performance. I watched this young man pitch on Monday night. I think in the last inning and a half, he can bring it. He's cool-headed. He's a tall young man like his dad. He can bring it. He's got good command of his throws. You can tell his aptitude for this game is high. It's a good pitch. You're seeing it right there on TV. It's coming right at you. He sports number 7 for a uniform number. He'll be facing J.D. Niederhofer as his first batter of the evening. When he steps in, he'll inherit an 0-2 count. The ball's 2 strikes, no outs. He'll also be inheriting a runner on first. Sterling Smith there on first base. Play is about to resume. And play has officially been resumed. Here comes Hoyt Majors. It's outside, and he gets Niederhofer swinging. That had some good movement on it. That's right dead center cut over the plate. I don't know why the scoreboard's hung on 0-2. That had me messed up. That's in there. Back to the pitcher. Pitcher's up with it quick. Back over to second to get the lead runner. Great job by Hoyt. Good awareness, good situational awareness. The ball's coming at him. Gets it in his hand, calmly turns around, goes to second. The runner will be safe over on first. That'll bring us to the top of the lineup with Harry Brumley, with 1 runner on first. Runner's on the move, and he barely gets in on second. That tag was almost applied on Niederhofer as he goes on a swing and strike to second. Runner on the move again to third as the ball gets by the catcher. Niederhofer in on third on a steal. We're going to try to get this switching down a little better. Pitcher and catcher want to talk about it just a moment. Get on the same page. What they're going to do with this runner if he runs. Runner on third, first and second's open. Harry Brumley up, 1-1 count. There's a hit out to left field. Shortstop gets that ball out of the air, turns to third and throws third out as that runner had started home and couldn't get back in time. What a nice double play on a well-hit ball by Brumley to the short and short to third, and this is a good game. At the end of going into the bottom of the fourth, the score remains 6-4 in favor of the Marlins. another dinner for four for Wall Street Bar and Grill coming up. Be some defensive changes in the field. Luke Morby will be at second. Jesse Fanegas will go to short. I believe Meek will remain on first and Milam on third. Sterling Smith will be moved back over to left field. Niederhofer will be in center field, and Jackson Maringer will be in right field. I'm not certain where Brumley is headed. I think they may be sitting Brumley in case they have to pitch him in relief. It's the only thing I can think about. Williamson has been pitching all game.
There you go.
Dinner for four at Wall Street. Caller number 1, 512-512-512. 512-512-5151. Name the four teams Nolan Ryan played for. Name the four teams that Nolan Ryan played for. Let's make it caller number 7. Caller number 7. There's a first pitch and a swing back to second base. Second base is up with it. Over to first base for the out. Nice play by Morby to come up with that over to first. Caller number 7, 512-512-5151. Dinner for four. Name the four teams Nolan Ryan played for. There's a hit down to second base. Morby dives for it, and he gets it in his glove. Holy moly. What a great play for out number 2. And I have not had that switched over to the batter, but you've gotten to see some really good defense on that second camera over there. Let's go back to behind the I've got to do a better job here switching these cameras. I don't have my partner with me. It's messing me up. There's a swing and a miss. Blake is in for the White Sox. There's a hit over to third. Third gets it past him. That'll be an error on third. Left field's up with it and over to Morby at second base. Holds the runner to a second. Holds the runner to a single. There we go. Runner on first. Somebody on second and third.
Wrong S word.
There's a hit high infield. Catcher's trying to get under it. Can't get to it in time. The wind's blowing that back in the face of the catcher, and it gets over him a little bit. Or this wind is truly shifting more south, coming more into our face. No balls, one strike, 2 out, 6-4 Marlins. Swing and a miss.
One more, John.
The second strike. That's it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, that's in there for a strike. He struck him out. That's a 1-2-3 inning for the Marlins, and they needed that in the worst way. 2 great plays by Luke Morby over at second. Good job, boys. This is a nice, tight game right here. The end of 4, 6-4. Top of the 5th. Going into the top of the 5th. Current time 7:18. This game, hour and 45 minutes, will be about 7:55 is when everybody turns into a pumpkin. When play resumes, Hoyt Majors will be on the mound again. Did a great job in his in this last inning.
This was a good game.
This is a really, really good game on a nice night. So now home plate's shaded out to about 5 foot in front of it. It's shaded down the right field line down to first. First is in the sun a little bit. Then it's shaded again between first and second out to right field just a little bit. And then center field deep is shaded. Everything else is in the sun. The wind is probably a steady 7 to 10 miles an hour. You hit one out the left side, it's going to hold it up. You hit one down the right side, may help it out just a little bit. We want to thank our other sponsor, DBAT. DBAT of Midland, Chris Wilson and the whole gang. The top-rated DBAT facility in the nation with the best trainers and coaches in the country. From 6-year-old to college, they train. First ball in there by Majors low. They professionally coach pitching and hitting and fielding, catching, all of it. There's a nice pitch. It's a really nice pitch. Jesse hits that one nicely down to third. Third comes up with it nicely, just not in time to first base. Very well played, however. The defense did a good job there. That was a strike coming in from Hoyt. He had to swing at it. Hoyt's mixing his pitches up nicely. Blake Meeks, the young man that hit the 2-run homer Monday night on the White Sox. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. That's inside. That backs Meek off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. That is a nice pitch. It's down third base side, foul. A really good pitch by Majors. 2-2 is the count. Here he comes. That is a nice strike. That comes in. Runner's on the move and gets in safely to second. That pitch was beautiful. It was just above the knees, tailing out. Comes in on that front part of that plate, tails out nicely.
Need a big one, John.
Good pitch. Swing.
Just swing.
John Williamson up. He has a high fly ball to the right side. First baseman's under it and catches it for the out. Runner's on the way to third. Overthrows third, and Venegas is going to come in on that overthrow. For the 7th run of the game for the Marlins. There is 2 outs. Seven to 4, top of the 5th. There's a hit down third. Shortstop, I'm sorry. Shortstop's up over to first nicely, but first loses it out of his glove, which will be an error, allowing the runner, the hitter, to be on first base safely. How you doing, baby? It's good to see you. Thank you. Thanks for coming to watch. So sweet. Thank you so much. Majors is talking to his catcher, trying to get a game plan here. Be a runner on first. Nobody on second, third. There's 2 outs. Luke Morby, who made those 2 great plays in the second hole in the previous inning, is up to bat. Majors is ready. Brings it in a little bit high, but he talks Morby into swinging at that for the strike. It's on the outside. Runner on the move. Be standing up safely into second. That's Nolan Hardy. Wow. He reared back and came with that one. That's probably about a 53-mile-an-hour fastball by Majors. Swinging a foul tip. Majors is ahead in the count, 2 strikes and a ball. He's got 2 outs. Runner on second, scoring position. That's in there for strike number 3. Good job by Hoyt Majors on the mound, holding the Marlins tight. Good job, Hoyt. All right, here we go. We're going to get into the bottom of the 5th. Score 7-4 Marlins. See what the White Sox have in store. So we did have a winner on this last one, Julie Gilliland out of Fort Worth, Texas. Got in, and she had it right. Nolan Ryan fan. Nolan Ryan, which 4 teams did he play for? Played for the Texas Rangers, the Houston Astros, the Los Angeles Angels, and the New York Mets. We just gave away a dinner for 4. That's a couple $100 or more. So see, there are winners. All right. Marlins take the field, and the lineup now is Blake Meek at first, Luke Morby at second, Harry Brumley's back over on short, Leighton Milam over on third, J.D. Niederhofer left on the mound. John Williamson will step back on. He started the game and remains in the game. He'll be catching to Nolan Hardy, who has caught him the entire game. John had a really nice 3-up, 3-down inning with the great plays of Luke Morby at second, making it much easier. Kobe Weaver up to bat. He's a left-hander. Midland Christian young man. John and Kobe are great friends, really good friends, and we're good friends with his parents. We're family friends. He's got a high fly. Williamson's under it. He can't get to it. It's a foul ball. That might have hit fair, but the wind blew it back. Good attempt by Williamson to get under it. Couldn't get to it in time. He's ahead of the count. He's ahead of Weaver in the count, 0-2. These boys are competitive. Weaver wants a hit. Williamson wants a strikeout. That's outside. ball one. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. I believe this may be Nolan that steps in here. That's a hit out to left field. Left field's under it. Could not get to it. Falls out of his glove. He's into second. Second baseman gets it out of the dirt, or it'd have gone by him. That's a double. Nice double. Left fielder had it in his glove, and then it bounced out of his glove. That'll be an error on the left fielder. There's a foul out of the park on the right side. That'll hold Nolan on second. This is Hoyt Major steps up. He's the pitcher currently for the Stocks. Strong hitter. Inside, got him swinging. That's over to shortstop. Shortstop has it. For out number two. Great play by Harry Brumley. He had to skedaddle over there to get it. That was another good hit strong hit by Majors. Just got robbed. There's a swing and a miss. It's out to left field. Brumley's under it for out number three. Wow. That is a 3-up, 3-down inning. Great play by the defense. Brumley, the opposite side of the field, gets 2 of the outs, as Morby did the inning before, Morby making 2 great outs, and Brumley doing the same thing on the left side between second and third. It's if you can do it, I can do it. That is fun to watch. Really good defense. So we're in the top of the 6th now. Marlins leading 7-4. When play resumes, Jackson Maringer will step in, followed by Leighton Milam and Sterling Smith. Hoyt Majors takes the mound. He's done a good job, really good job. This has been a well-played game by both sides. It's a well-pitched game by both sides. The White Sox and fans are on the third base side. They're a little bit in the sun. They're starting to get shaded somewhat. The Mariners are on the right side. They've got nice oak trees on one end and a tarp to keep them covered. They're in the shade very well. Second base and the back of the pitcher is kind of shaded now. There's the first pitch by Maringer. Maringer hits it over towards short. Short gets to it, throws to first, but not in time. Maringer has a single. And Leighton Milam steps in with a runner on first. Swings and misses. Jackson thought about going, but he came back. Milam in. It's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Majors to get ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's outside. That'll bring the count even. That is a nice pitch right above the knees and gets that hitter looking for the first out of the inning. Sterling Smith steps in. Sterling swings and misses. First pitch. Swings and misses the second pitch. 2 good pitches by Hoyt Majors. He's ahead in the count. 2 strikes, no balls. Gets him swinging. 3 nice pitches for out number 2. J.D. Niederhofer stands in. The runner on first. There's a hit back to the right side, foul by Niederhofer. Hoyt settled in here nicely, just throwing nice and got full command. Another good hit. That's going down to shortstop. Shortstop's up with it. Gets it to first base. First baseman drops it. JD is safe. Runner from first advances to second. And we're at the top of our lineup. Harry Brumley. Harry Brumley has 2 outs facing him. He'll have to do some fancy hitting right here. Swing and a miss by Brumley. The ball's 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first, runner on second, nobody on third. There's a hit out to right field. It drops. Right field's getting up on it. 1 run is coming in, and Will Score standing up. That's a nice single by Brumley that scores a run and moves the runner from second over to third. Milam. That brings the score 8-4 in favor of the Marlins. Jesse Venegas steps in. See if he can get that runner on third in. That's a strike. Runners at the corner. Brumley on first. Milam on third. Sorry, Niederhofer on third. That's down low. Brumley's on the move. He's going to get into second, uncontested. Now you've got runners in the scoring position at second and third. There's a swing and a hit. That is out between left or center field and right field. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And Venegas is safe on second for a double. Nice hit by Jesse Venegas. That'll make the score 10-4 in favor of the Marlins. As Blake Meek steps in. Foul tip back to the back. Runner on second. Nobody on the corners. Blake Meek wants one really bad right here. There's a hit. It's a high fly inside. Weaver's under it, calls him off. Pitcher's under it, Majors, and doesn't quite get to it. Good try by Majors. Fast feet. He tries his hardest to get to that. Just a little bit out of reach there. Blake steps back in. Majors is ahead of the count. And gets Meek swinging for the third out of the inning, but not before 3 runs score, running the score up to 10-4 in favor of the Marlins. Mr. Majors, it's good to see you again, sir. Yeah. That's a good little effort right there. He's good. He does. It's so good to see you. Thank you, sir. Come out here. Yes, sir. We're out here with the Marlins every time. Yes, sir. Hey, buddy, how are you? How many do you have? I love going too when I'm down. We had a home for years on Lake Travis. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we run to watch the place like a lot. Hey, man, they turned out some great players. Absolutely. Every single one. It's hard to do. Too much respect. No, it's just respect. Yes, sir.
Can I watch from up here, sir?
Yeah, come over here.
Can I help do the talking?
Again, a nice conversation with Mr. Majors, grandfather of Hoyt Majors. Fine fella. We've had the honor of being able to purchase from him over the years, and now his son. What a nice man, a pillar of this community. The Majors name has been around here for many generations, and really enjoyed the conversation. I hadn't seen him in years, and a lot of fun being able to reminisce just a little bit. And Mr. Majors, thank you very much for taking time to talk to me tonight. John steps back on the mound, and he is going to face, I'm not sure, let's see, Adriel. Adriel hits one to second base. Second base is up to it. It's over to first, to Blake Meek for the first out of the inning. So just like that, there's one out. Williamson has really pitched a great game tonight. And second and short and first have had great games. Sterling Smith out in left field. It's just been a smooth game to this point. There's another hit down to left field. Foul. Foul. Nobody on base. One out, 10-4. Here comes Williamson. He deals. There's a hit out to outfield. It gets by the left fielder, Leighton Milam. He's up with it, throws it on into second. He actually hits the cutoff Brumley. Brumley walks him back. Gonna have to be real quiet, not bounce. If you bounce, it'll mess things up. All right, so they got something going here, the Sox do. Runner on second. There's a swing and a hit down to first base. First baseman Blake Meeks up with it for out number 2. Holding the runner at second. Good job by Blake Meek snagging that ball for the second out. So here we go. This is Carter coming in, and I believe they're down to one out. I think. I'm not sure. Swing and a hit. Foul back to the right. No balls, one strike, 2 outs. 10-4 Marlins. bottom of the 6th. There's another swing and a foul tip back to the back of the backstop. Hold on. Move over. Here it is. That's a fastball down the middle, over to second baseman. Second baseman's up. Over to the first baseman, Blake Meek, for the 3rd and final out of the game. Wow, what a really well-played game by both sides. Well pitched, good game. There was a lot of good defense in the last 3 innings for the Marlins, especially infield. The infield did a great job, and really couldn't ask for a better game between 2 teams than that right there. Final is 10-4 in favor of the Marlins. We'll have a wrap-up just shortly. The Marlins will play again next, I believe, Tuesday and Thursday. I'll get a firm on that just in a minute so that everybody will know. This game, please subscribe to this. If you've listened to it and hadn't subscribed, that helps us out. Can you give me that? Figure out. I'm trying to get y'all the games for next week for the Marlins, and I believe they're playing the Padres, and on Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock, both nights. If you can't come out, please, jump on the telecast. So this was a good game. Man, I'll tell you, Jesse Venegas, he collected 3 hits and 3 at-bats tonight as the Marlins defeated the White Sox 10-4 on this beautiful Wednesday night in Field 4 of Butler. Jesse doubled in the 6th inning, singled in the 2nd inning, and singled in the 5th inning. Then the Marlins, they got on the board in the top of the 1st inning after Harry Brumley stole home. Luke Morby walked. Then Leighton Milam was struck by a pitch. Then Sterling Smith was walked. And then J.D. Niederhofer got in. He was struck by a pitch. But all of them walked in scoring a run. The Marlins added 1 run in the 2nd. Blake Meek doubled to center field on a full count, and that made the score 6-3 at that point. John Williamson opened the game for the Marlins, the hurler. He only gave up 4 hits, no earned runs over 6 innings. Struck out 3, walked none. A great night on the mound by starter John Williamson. Again, the Marlins are going to face the Padres on Tuesday. That's their next game at 6 o'clock. Then again on Thursday. So really good night, a great night for baseball. It was really good, 2 good teams, played their hearts out. As usual, enjoy being here. I missed Brian Jordan as our co-announcer, but he'll be back with us next week. We only have 2 games left in the season, and that's next week, and unless there's playoffs, and I think there will be playoffs after this, but we'll have to announce that once we know. So again, 10-4, Marlins. We enjoyed having y'all along the way. Thank you, Endeca Crude Express, for sponsoring this. Thank you, DBAT. All the coaches that are out at DBAT, Coach Barry Kiefer, Coach Barry Russell, Coach Josh Turley, Coach Dennis Schrum. Baseball coaches out there. Emily, softball pitching coach extraordinaire. You can find her, Pitching Coach Emily, Facebook, Pitching Coach Emily, one of the premier pitching coaches in the country. So that'll be it for tonight. We look forward to having you back next week as the Marlins take on the Padres to close out the season. 2 games next week for the Marlins, and that'll be it for the regular season. So for all of us at Endeca Baseball, to all of you listening to us, thank you very much. Have